head, get up, get out of bed, live, love, laugh, and be happy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bonjour, je suis Craig O'Neill, enfant de Harder. Calais de McMormont du SML Télé en Saturday. Per juillet 2 sept. Et après les décroissants et les menaces, il est précipité, bédé et toi de pays français, étouffé pompon, emblié, doux à la mode, ménage-toi. Clément et la crème brûlée, une cabanière, salon. Et hold on a second. I am so sorry. You can tell I've been watching those Olympics up there in Paris and just kind of got a little carried away. I am so sorry for misleading you. What I said was, welcome to the cabinets, July 27th. And this is Saturday Morning Live. Those were not made up words. I swear. These weren't in the right order. And welcome to Saturday Morning Live, being brought to you by Walnetto Arts and Entertainment, where imagination made me think I was speaking French. Jane's here. She's waiting to come on. Have a seat, my sweet. Have a seat. Here in the cabin, we're up on the Spring River. We have a lot in common with Paris and the opening of the Olympics. Well, we're on a river and it's raining. So.
You and your French.
What'd you think of that French, Jane?
I thought it was pretty good fake. Am I being heard?
You are faux French. That's what that was.
I liked throwing in creme brulee and and menage a trois. I swear, I don't know how many people watched the opening. I'm still trying to process it. But they actually had a very quick, very subtle, but you knew what they were talking about, or they didn't even talk. It was dancing. Something that referred to a menage a trois.
I don't think it was that subtle.
No, it was not subtle.
Yeah, they were chasing each other around the library.
Well, whatever. I just want to know who that guy in the mask who was hopping over carrying the torch and hopping over all the rooftops to finally get the torch to the people that finally took it to the place to be lit. It was like, light it already. But I'm sure it was impressive, and they had to entertain everybody while those boats came up the river. But I could hear some people going, what are they doing that for? That's not the way we do the Olympics. But it's France and Paris.
Anything goes.
And it was like watching Cirque du Soleil and I don't know what else, but the dancing and singing was fantastic, especially that woman that sang the French national anthem.
She was wonderful. And so was
Celine Dion.
Except we say Celine Dion. I noticed last night they were
Celine
saying Dion.
Well, because she's French.
Dion. I think they said
but she's
Dion.
Also ill with a neurological disease or something, and it took a lot for her to, if you stuck out that long, it took a lot for her to get up there and belt out with every I've never been a big Celine Dion fan, but I am after last night.
Yeah, that was something.
She belted out it was the anthem for the Olympics. Yeah. And Kelly Clarkson she was verklempt. She couldn't even talk after.
Got very emotional. We'd love to hear what you think, or not hear, but read what you think. And our comments column is open. In fact, we've already gotten some response. Marianne Williams said, "Wow."
Yeah,
right after I
good.
spoke the French.
I thought you meant, wow, they really put on a show.
No, the French got Marianne. Marianne, I've got some land to sell you down here by the gallon.
We got in that river yesterday, thank goodness, because it's been raining since wee hours of the morning. And it felt so good just to get in that water. Woo! And I'm going to be sitting here coloring while you talk about whatever it is you're going to talk about.
Well, Lori Pluggy has already said me too, and I think that's in association with the Olympics, what you were saying about the Olympics. And me too, Lori, in French is moi aussi. You've just heard
Don't be so
all the
sure.
French I know. That's it. We won't speak any more French. on
Parlez-vous
Saturday morning.
français?
Well, I like to think I can. By the way, Sarah Bacon and Cassidy Cook, which is so unusual because we're about to cook bacon after this Saturday Morning Live for breakfast, and it's Sarah Bacon and Cassidy Cook became the first two Americans to win medals at the Olympics. They won it in a silver in synchronized diving, and they were a distant second behind the Chinese. When they talked about the event, the first event of the Olympics would be synchronized diving last night, I went, I bet the Chinese are into that big time. And sure enough, they are. They've won it the last 4 Olympics.
It's crazy hard to do. It's really,
Oh,
really
I would
Yeah.
imagine. Because you're both.
But
you
I
know,
thought the women's soccer had already started. Or are those
well, those are
pre-trials?
the preliminaries. But anyway.
Well, we're kind of up here away from everything. We have our own Olympics. How far down the river can you swim?
There you go.
Well, now that I've got my
We have synchronized floating.
yes, yeah, you know, I do an Esther Williams workout, swimming workout, always having my head above the water and smiling.
We had a synchronized wedding. Jane said I do. I said I did.
Oh man, reach,
How about that?
reach. Do you have a groan?
What I thought was interesting was this is fascinating. They are in Paris for all the events except for surfing. And for that,
That's
you
in
go
Tahiti.
halfway around the world to Tahiti, where that's the headquarters for the surfing competition. It made me think, are we on the verge of having a worldwide Olympics where
Yeah,
you have different venues from all over the world for one Olympics? But then again, that would go against the whole idea of the Olympics of bringing people together.
Where are you going to surf
So,
in Paris though, unless you build a pool?
That's true.
And I didn't know surfing was a new sport there. I want to see that, and I want to see the breakdancing
Oh, yeah.
and the skateboarding.
Now, the breakdancing, this is the only year.
This is the first year.
Well, this is the only Olympics they're going to have it. This is kind of I don't know if you want to call that a test run, but it's only going to be in one Olympics, this one.
Really?
It may come back, but it's not going to be and oddly enough, it's not going to be in Los Angeles.
I didn't hear that.
No, I read that in Time Magazine. It's not going to be in Los Angeles at the next Olympics. And you think of all the places you'd want breakdancing, you'd want it in L.A. It didn't start in L.A., but it's certainly popular.
Skateboarding, they're not doing away with. That I think
No.
they were talking about the skateboarding in L.A.
Yeah.
because a lot of the team members are from. I like watching that too. All those things that I cannot do, and of course gymnastics. Yeah, what's everybody's favorite sport to
There
watch?
you go. Jane just hit it. What's your favorite sport to watch? Now, normally I don't read comments. I'm a little concerned because what happens is we get all the good mornings out of the way, and once that's done, we don't get any comments. So
That's because they're so fascinating, or maybe they heard you talking French and went, "What? Something's wrong, Craig, today." But anyway, they can enjoy the show, and you can always go back and watch it again. Don't they leave it on your page, and then they put it on? We put it on YouTube.
by the way, Wayne Cox says, does Jane wear a swimming cap, Esther Williams style?
No, that's why I've got my hair looks like it does today. I've got my Hardy curls. No, I just get in the water, and it's funny. Somebody was making a comment. They said most people up here get on a float, or they get on. He's from. Where is he from? Memphis or Mississippi?
Memphis.
He's from Mississippi.
These are all Memphis people that come up
Well, it
here.
started. That's how it started. And he said they get in the boats, but he said Jane's a swimmer. She swim, and really, I don't want to get in the boat. I've seen too many tump over. I want to get in the water and enjoy the water.
I think, speaking of which, I think they ought to come up with conditional Olympic events. Conditional events, like, for instance, husband and wife canoeing. You put a husband and wife on a canoe trip down a river, and if they remain married After 2 miles, they get the gold medal. How about that? Or how about the 100-meter dash in clown shoes? Now
Or potato sack racing.
I think I've just created a whole new Olympics.
Oh,
Okay.
no, we watch, or I do, watch all these British shows, and they've always got some kind of fair or something going, and they are event, especially the detective shows, and they had one where they're slopping each other with wet rags. I mean, it was like, now that, what? It was on Father Brown. I digress.
Okay.
I'm going to sit here and color while I let you talk.
Well,
I'll really, really try not to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I never want to interrupt you.
Baby,
Here's the computer.
we
Go
are
ahead.
getting comments. Herb Blair sent some links to Celine Dion singing. Herb, thank you as always. He's so internet savvy.
Yes.
I've gotten more links from Herb Blair than I have from Petty Jean Meat.
Oh, sausage. Got it.
I think fake French ought to be an Olympic
By
event.
the way, people are always asking me what pencils I like.
Okay.
Prismacolor's good, and so is Faber-Castell. That's
Let's
what
show
this
everybody
is.
what you're working on.
Well, okay. After
Then I'll
all
show
the singing,
my favorite picture from Thursday.
this is from my set of Fantastical Beasties, Travels to Imaginary Lands with Fantastical Beasties, and I thought that kind of went along with last night. It's
it does.
the cuddly rabby cat. I don't know what that is. Kind of a rabbit and a cat, but he carries people on his tail. She does. And she has her little friend who's singing opera wherever she goes, and she's gone to entertain some of her flower friends.
That looks like it could have been in the show last night.
I know. When I was watching that, I was going, some of this looks like stuff I do. Oh, Lady Gaga's outfit with the one big feather coming up out of her head. Went, that's mine. Okay,
at
you
that.
going to let me color it?
Well, I want to show one more.
Well, okay.
This
one.
This is the parade of flowers. What is this?
Well, they're the flower top. I said so underneath there, but anyway, I just can hear the music going ha da da da, ya da da da, da 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 dee da dee dee da. But they're going to the flower ball, and they want to decorate their hat with live fairies, so the fairies get to go to the flower ball on top of the dancing tulip heads or whatever they call the dancing.
If that isn't French Olympic style, I don't know. Man, they should have consulted you.
Well, that's Jane style, but that's going to take a lot of coloring. And I was thinking about doing my pigs. It was between the flying pigs and the. What'd you do with what I was coloring? Here it is. What did you do with it? I was going to do the gaseous flying pigs. You ride in them kind of like a hot air balloon.
Boy, if this doesn't look like French Olympics, I don't know what does. That looks almost like when they lit the cauldron last night and it floated up with a hot air balloon.
I did not know that someone in Paris, in that particular park, invented the first hot air balloon.
I did. I knew that.
Well, you are so smart. Give me back my picture. They've seen
There
it.
you go.
And they're feeding on fartleberries, by the way.
I want to show a picture.
Well, you show
My
your
time.
pictures while I'm
This is a
starting to
photograph.
color. I usually do faces first.
Thursday, it happened. Live on the Vine. I hope you got to see it. The 5 millionth book mailed to a child, not in the United States, in Arkansas. Over 82,000 children.
That's in the United States.
Well, there you go. That's very good. I don't mean the entire country. I mean in the state of Arkansas. That's very appropriate, Jane. But imagine, 5 millionth book, and everybody showed up. Baldwin and Shell sent at least 14 employees who became our rally crowd and applauded appropriately when we mailed off that book, and all hands were on that book, and it was so cool. And there's some people to thank in regards to that, beginning with Bobby Gosser of Baldwin Shell Construction Company, to Charlotte Parham and Brooke Bridges, who we never mentioned in that entire live broadcast, and they're the ones who made it possible. They're the ones who've gotten the money from the state and writing the grants and getting it out to to making it a part of a state education initiative. Imagine us not mentioning Charlotte Parham or Brooke Bridges.
How could you?
I know.
Say it again. Say her name again.
Brooke Bridges and Charlotte Parham, we love you.
Thank you.
And it was incredible. Now, Phoebe Lally, though, gets the award for the best picture. A lot of people were taking pictures because everybody had a phone. But Phoebe Lally gets the award for best picture. Here we go.
Aww.
This is the one. This is what the Dolly Parton Imagination Library is all about. The reading to a child. Brings up another issue, and that is it's one thing to get the books in the mail to the kids every month, and they love getting that book every month. But it's another thing, especially for the real little bitty ones and the ones that have just been born, it's another thing to read to them. You get one book in the house, but to read to them. Even if they're not read to early in life, at least books are in the home. I've heard stories where children show up at school and they don't even know how to open the book.
Oh.
They don't know how to hold the book, where it goes. They're in the preschool, pre-K, and they don't even know how to open the book because books have not been in the home. They've been deprived. Now, chances are pretty good they could work the phone at the age of 4. But again, remember, with Dolly Parton, you start at birth, and it goes to 5 years of age, and once they enter kindergarten, schools take over. And I've had teachers tell me that they can tell when a child walks in a school, they can tell almost instantly whether or not that child has had books in their home.
Really? Yeah, well, yeah, especially if they didn't know how to open it, or they did.
I like what Marianne just let us know. Reaching a child every day.
Yes.
Every day. Or reading to a child every day. That's what she actually said.
I did. And I think Abby, our oldest, she was picking out words when she was 3. I don't know who read to me except maybe one of my aunts or my parents maybe. But I don't know who read to me, but I can't remember when I couldn't read.
See?
You're
I
saying,
can't either.
And by the way, on the race to finish all the Harry Potter books, read every one of them, and you started ahead of me.
I started ahead of you, but Jane's gone way past. She zoomed past me, like she does in the river.
Yeah, but not walking. But anyway, I'm on The Deathly Hallows, which is a tough read. I've seen it like 8 million times and listened to it probably 4 times on audiobook back then, but I'm reading it.
Wow.
And then I'm going back to All Creatures Great and Small. I like that series.
Okay. We're running out of time, but I do want to talk politics. Now, here's my new rule. If I'm going to talk politics, I need to recite first, and feel free to recite it with me if you know it, the preamble to the Constitution. This is very important. It sets up conversation about politics. Not blame, not slander, not ridicule, a conversation. But first, the preamble. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide the common defense, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America.
Are you in? Wow.
There
Good for
we go.
you.
It's time now for a little prediction. I am 99% sure that Donald Trump will not debate Kamala Harris.
I think he's pretty much said he won't.
Well, that's already coming out and becoming clear.
Because he said
Democrats,
he agreed to debate Biden. He never agreed. Whatever.
exactly,
He'll find some reason.
and that's what he's using. Now, Democrats will use that as a club. Those who are on the part of the Donald Trump camp will actually use that as well as
who knows?
Implication that she's not worth it. So you'll take both of those, but get ready. And when it doesn't happen, you'll say, Craig O'Neill was right. If it does happen, I'm used to being wrong, but enough about Oaklawn.
And your oops insurance, whatever it was.
So the prediction is
Getting
no
there.
debate.
Got her face, sort of.
So, political conversation over.
Yeah.
Show is over, but before we go, one last.
Well, there's the face. I've gotten the face in.
See what happens when you start coloring, Jane's wonderful.
Well,
Wonderful.
I want to spread joy. There's enough hate and meanness, and so I try to keep all my posts joyful.
Mary Chudy Swicegood, the show's about over, but you made it. You have not missed a show.
But you got to miss him talking French.
That's right. Now, you all, my brother, will take this show and we'll post it on YouTube with graphics, and it's hilarious. And it's going to be on YouTube under Craig O'Neill, Saturday Morning Live, Arkansas. If you don't mind, I'm asking you to do something. Tell people about it and make sure they click on the like button. But you'll like it when you see this show with graphics that my brother puts in from our Libby, Montana office.
He's cool.
And
He is
with
cool.
that, we will close it out. By the way, the one last week of the graphic dancing to this, priceless. Even if you've seen some of these shows, go back to Craig O'Neill Saturday Morning Live Arkansas on YouTube. Thank you for watching Saturday Morning Live. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.